Yeah, just press record. All you got to do is just press record.
I have no idea where this conversation is going to go.
You
don't.
You will have no idea.
I have
Cool.
no idea.
You'll have no idea, because the thing is, I have people sometimes ask me, "Yo, Pri, send me the questions."
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to prepare.
I don't want to prepare.
Nah, I don't want you to prepare, because I want it to be organic, right?
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, girls, phones on silent as well.
Yeah.
Phone's on
My
silent.
phone's always on silent. No vibrate.
So
No
I'll put my
nothing.
phone right here. Boom. Perfect.
Oh.
And so I always say to everyone, look, don't prepare, just come as you are, and just gonna have an organic conversation, and then
Just be you.
just be you, because that's the best way, because you're gonna come across organic, etc., right? And so I don't send it. Some people are like, no, but I need to know what I gotta say. No, because now I know you're gonna plan.
Is that headscarf meant to be staying on the head, or are you taking it off? Okay. In case you forgot.
In case you were.
In case you forgot it was on her head.
That's part of her look, part of her style.
Part of the look today.
Part of the look, part of the style. Okay, cool. So, should we go?
I need 30 seconds. Someone's just typing, and I really need to see this message.
So 30,
before.
29,
If
28.
Yeah.
they've been typing for
Do you know what people say? Give me 2 seconds. I was 1, 2.
Yeah, you're done. That's the kind of shit I say. People get irritated. No, I want 4.
So you girls are going to introduce yourselves, what you do, top line, yeah, everything that you do as an individual and as a collective, and go from there.
Everything?
Because the first thing I'm going to ask you is, where did Women Who Thrive originate from?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where did it originate from? How did it all start? How did it all just kick off?
How did it all come together?
How did it all come together? And where are you now with it, etc., etc. And then we'll move away from that, and we'll talk about a bunch of different things. And like I said, look, feel free just to jump in, say whatever you want.
I still don't know how to introduce myself. Harley was asking us to do it, like on my podcast, we need to start introducing ourselves.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just a chasser and I'm lost. What do I do? Who am I? I don't know. I actually don't know right now. So.
Say that.
I'm a chasser and I'm finding myself.
I'm a chasser and I'm finding myself. And Sue?
I'm Sue.
And?
Your microphone looks far from you.
I'm Sue.
Uh-huh.
And I'm the co-founder of Women Who Thrive.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's do this. All right, guys. So I'm looking at that camera. Everyone's got the individual cameras on.
Where's your camera?
I have no idea.
On them. Your camera is inside the teleprompter, it looks like.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
It looks like I can see that. I can see yours. Mine's there, and that's there. And everyone's light is there. Yes, it's glamorous. Let's go. Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Memoirs of a Trader with myself, Priyesh, the CEO of PFX Trading. And today I am joined with some special guests. I say that every single podcast. I say everyone is a special guest. Yeah, and I'm very, very lucky and fortunate to be around amazing, great people. So ladies, introduce yourselves. Off you go.
I'm Sue. I'm the co-founder of Women Who Thrive, and I'm definitely not a trader.
I'm a chasser. I'm the other co-founder of Women Who Thrive, and I'm also not a trader.
So for the audience and for, I guess, the financial markets audience out there, what is and who are Women Who Thrive?
You or me? You go.
What is Women Who Thrive? Well, Women Who Thrive is a community which is for the people, the female people. It's for women, all ethnicities, all backgrounds, professions, ages, to come together in unity. In a place like Dubai where everything is ever changing and there's so many different cultures and things going on and it's very fast paced, Women Who Thrive is a place where you can slow down, meet people that you wouldn't have normally met because you may have wrongly assumed that you don't have any commonality, but you come to one of our events and you realize, there's people from all different types of backgrounds that I would have never usually have crossed paths with, but because of Women Who Thrive, because of this event, I've been able to cross paths with them. I've been able to make great friendships, come up with new business ideas, join collaborations, shift in my professional trajectory, and all kinds of whatever it is that you're looking for or wanting from this life. majority of the time all of the time, we need other people around us to help us to get to wherever it is that we want to get to. And at Women Who Thrive, we have all of that. We utilize the 8 pillars of well-being to make sure we have literally everything from understanding finances, obviously not from us because we're not traders, but
hold on,
to sports and everything.
Eight pillars of well-being. I'm making notes and stuff, girls, yeah?
Yeah.
Because obviously I like to learn, right? And so just like everyone else. And so 8 pillars of well-being. You keep going. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. What do you reckon you could know all of the?
No,
8
I'm
pillars?
going to ask you what the 8 pillars of
I
well-being.
want to ask you first. What do you think some or all of the 8 pillars of well-being actually consist of? Because there's well-being and there's wellness, and those two terms are getting confused in people's minds, thinking it's the same thing, and it is around the same thing. It's along the same lines, but it's not the same.
So well-being, 8 pillars of well-being. So I would say, I guess health. Would health and you, because obviously well-being is obviously to do with health and your, I guess, mental sanity. Is it also your stability in life in terms of your finance, in terms of career, in terms of your friendship and family circles? Could it be how you look after your body, mind, soul? What else? Well-being.
You're hitting the nail on the head, to
Yeah?
be fair. And that is well-being, having all these different categories of life together,
Right.
whereas wellness more so focuses on one thing. And a lot of the time, wellness is associated with just health and fitness.
Gyms and health and fitness, of course.
Yeah.
So well-being is different. Yeah, so obviously don't confuse the two. They're two totally separate things. But of course, fitness and health can be part of your well-being as well.
Yeah.
Right? Because
100%.
it's a big part of it. So yeah, the 8 pillars of well-being. Cool. I've made a note of that. I like that. All right. Cool. So where did Women Who Thrive originate from?
It happened very organically. It's not, I think everyone always thinks that Shasta and I sat there and kind of were like, what's missing in the world and what can we bring to it? I wish we had done that. We may have been a bit more organised the first 2 years of the business, but it was born out of COVID and a lot of women around us who had started side hustles. It was born out of conversations not being as authentic as they should be in a time where the world was suffering and going through a lot and everyone was going through the same thing, but not asking the question, how are you, but never really answering with full meaning and having people really listen. Achasa and I had a events company pre-COVID, and obviously with COVID that put a stop to it. With COVID coming to an end, we wanted to relaunch the business and kind of like get ahead of everyone and be like, we're here to start events. So we had an idea to bring women together who had started a business, had started a hustle, bring them into my house. We would decorate it with branding to make it look like we have to gain content basically for the event side, so it looked like a corporate event. And we brought 25 women. We spread the word, and some were friends of friends, some people I hadn't met before, some we had. And we brought them in and we were like, look, everyone's started a side hustle. We're doing a side hustle. Our business, events business, is a side hustle. We've all done something, but when we meet up and we say, oh, how are you? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm okay. But no one really talks about how they really are. So tonight, we're going to talk about who we are and what we do, and we're going to talk about what's going on, and we're going to actually help each other. So I made everyone get into a circle of trust because I'm cheesy. And everyone went round, and there was people who were doing the same thing, had launched the same business, whether it be kind of like a makeup brand or beauty brand, whether it be a podcast or whatever it may be, and they were helping each other. It was like, oh my God, I'm doing that, or I've done that, or how did you do that? Oh my God, we can collaborate. So from that one evening of 2.5, 3 hours of women coming together, there was collaborations born, business partners got together, new business were relaunched, people got affirmation that there were some people there who hadn't started a side hustle but were thinking about it, and I think that pushed them to go and do, whether it be go back into studying or launching a business. It gave them that push, and at the end of it, everyone was like, oh my God, we need this again, we need it. It went on quite late, and everyone was like, this was such a great idea, we need it again. And then for the first 2 years, we just kept doing it again, and we went from one event to 4 events to 5 events to now being 4 years in, doing 9 events, 10 if you count Abu Dhabi, which we've recently launched. So it's grown. For the first 2 years, we just listened to the people. And 4.5 years ago, there weren't as many, there was about 1 or 2 communities, but no one really doing what we were doing. But now we're blessed to see that there's so many communities and people coming together. And yeah, that's Women Who Thrive.
So would you say it's more like a networking hub, a safe space for women to open up, to feel empowered and to meet like-minded individuals, and where they can just, I guess, collaborate and be themselves?
Yeah, I would say safe and supportive. Supportive is a key word because there's a lot of places you can go and it might feel safe, but you don't necessarily have the support.
Right.
And I think support plays a key role in making it a safe
How do you
environment.
support them? Let's say I'm a shy individual that's come to you, and then I've come to Women Who Thrive, I'm sitting there, I'm at an event and I'm listening. How would you support that individual?
The one thing we say is come as you are to all our events. We don't, the one thing me and Chassa do, and it resonates with people and people see it a mile away, and the feedback we get constantly is like, oh my God, my expectations were exceeded with what I thought, and it was nothing like I thought it was going to be because of the other events I've been to. Because me and Chassa turn up as ourselves, and that's the number one rule. If me and Chassa are having a bad day and we can't be bothered to put makeup on, we can't bother to do our hair, we want to turn up in tracksuits,
then it is what it is.
It is what it is.
What it is.
We're turning up in tracksuits with our hair messy, whatever it is, but we still turn up.
Yes.
Yeah, we've still turned up, we are there, and that's the first way of supporting, because when we turn up the way we are and people can see that and we're very open with how we are, if we've had a bad day or whatever, then people automatically feel like, oh, okay, I can also be myself. We always, Chassa and I are at all our events. We're there to greet, and we greet everyone as they come in with a hug. We believe in hugs all the time. A lot of women are taken back by it. They're like, oh, okay. I
love a hug.
Yeah, you do. You actually do. And
So you're a hugger.
She really is. And that opens up as well. It's not a handshake. It's not like, hello. We hug up the women. We welcome them. And it's a smile. And I think that makes a massive difference. The fact that we turn up as ourselves. We don't try and be something we're not. We don't try and pretend that we know it all. And you can see that as soon as you walk in. I always use this, I suppose, kind of analogy, but within the sales world, they always say it takes 7 seconds for someone to kind of make up their mind whether they want to carry on talking to you or who you are or what you are. That first welcoming of how you turn up and how you greet someone.
So that warm welcome is already setting the tone.
Exactly.
And once they pass us, now we've had the community for so long, we've already fostered this environment where you welcome each other. You introduce yourself if you don't know someone. If you see someone shying away, someone will come up to you and say, hey, how are you? And just to add to what Sue was saying, the other things that we do are making sure that all of our events stay to 30 people maximum, because when it's 30 people,
I didn't know that.
It's a comfortable environment.
Right.
Someone can't shy to the back because you'll be seen. Everyone's questions get answered. And on top of that, when we say come and meet like-minded people, we really mean it. Not 8 out of 9 of our events are extremely specific. So if you're coming into this room of 30 people, everyone in there has an interest in AI technologies, or at least how the world is progressing, because you're coming to find out about it. Everyone in that room is interested in fitness because you've come to a circuit class, or everyone wants to get creative because they've come to cake decorating. We do so many different types of events, and then those events are so specific. When we say come and meet like-minded people, we're not just throwing you into a room of randomers. And on the one event where we are throwing you into a room with randomers, we make everyone write each other compliments for every single person they talk to, so they're leaving with something that makes them feel good. So our aim is to always ensure that people are leaving feeling uplifted.
Yeah. And you allow people just to be themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the good thing is that Chassa and I are quite different individuals. We're different ages. We've come from different backgrounds. She's a massive extrovert. She's very open. She will talk to anyone, and she's got this thing where she can make people feel welcome in her own way,
Hugger.
which is great. Hugger, and just her personality as a whole. Like she can talk about anything and everything and whatever. So It's really, and a lot of people find that really nice and easy to kind of open up to. I am more on the introvert side, where I find it difficult to maybe talk to everyone in the room, whereas I'm really good at the intimate one-to-one and resonating with people and kind of just giving that welcome side of things. So there's people who will resonate with a Chassa, which is great, and then there's people who will resonate with me, and then that gives them that welcoming and feeling like, okay, there's someone that I can resonate with. And that helps them a lot as well.
So then how do you two, as in connect as individuals? Because you two are the brains and you guys are the brand, right? So how do you two get along as individuals because you're so different?
Well, that's part of the
Why
magic.
it works.
Yeah, because if we both came to the table with the same set of skills, there'll be a load of shit missing. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Opposites attract.
Beep! There you go.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say, it's not that we're necessarily opposite, it's just that we have different skill sets, which has been very helpful in terms of, like, Sue is extremely organized. She knows how to organize everything, and she'll be like, right, in this meeting we're talking about X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, okay. Whereas I'm more of like a scatterbug. And like I said, because we have so many different skills that we bring to the table, and obviously there's things that we're missing, but with those things that we're missing, we go off and we learn, or we find someone who's able to teach us what we need to know. So having differences is what helps us come together. And like Sue said, it helps us to empathize and connect with a lot more people.
Right.
It's like the saying, like, and I, without sounding whatever, but it's like a relationship. It's like any relationship, right? Especially with like relationships between couples. They say one kind of opposites attract, but they say when they're two different people, they level out each other. And I think that's what Chassa and I do. Correct. We level out. She helps me come out of myself a little bit more. I help her in other ways as well. So we kind of bring different things to the table, and it levels it out, and it just creates something absolutely amazing. Like when we both bring our energy and our ideas to the table, it's like the same thing, but in a different way. And then it's just like, wow, look at what we've just created, or what we've just thought of. It's absolutely like, it's the way it happens when because we both think differently, but we have the same ideas, and then you put it together and it's like, wow, how did we do that? But we just did do that. And it's like, yeah, it's amazing. It's actually really, really beautiful to watch.
Which one of you two is the more creative?
We're both creative.
We're both
very creative.
Okay, then which one of you is more analytical?
I don't think either of us are that analytical. Yeah. Well, actually, no, that's a lie, because I think Sue, actually, we love human design now. And so we did our human design charts, and we had sessions, like our own individual 2-hour sessions. Human design is basically taking your birthday, your birth time, your birth area, where you were born, and where the stars align and rah, rah, rah. This is your human design. There's 5 different types of designs. We are different designs. And in that breakdown of exactly who you are, like, even if we were the same design, because of the difference in times, places, whatever, we'd still be different in different elements. So we went through that, and we've done a lot of different things where we've gone through and like looked at our personalities, the way that we are, and all of that kind of thing. And actually what we found out in that is Sue likes to look at the finer details, which you do. I do, and you'll ask me like, she likes to look at the finer details into one thing that we're doing, whereas I like to look at, well, let's say she likes to look at one jigsaw piece at a time. I like to look at the whole jigsaw and be like, right, what are all the pieces that we need? And then Sue will be like, oh yeah, but what about on this piece? What kind of thing needs to be there? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't looked at that. I'm looking at all the pieces. So it's really important, because we need to be able to see the bigger picture. But if we're not looking at each piece individually, stuff will fall through the gaps. So I would say Sue is actually more analytical.
And the reason I asked, do you guys know about left brain, right brain, and which one you are?
No.
Because the reason I asked that...
I have done, I can't remember what
is
I
because you sound like your left brain, you sound like your right brain. And what you said prior to this was when you said that you just work together, it just works because you both bounce off each other. That's exactly. When you have a complete brain, you have a left side of the brain, you have a right side of the brain, you have a complete brain. When you have 2 of the left side of the brain, 2 people who are analytical, 2 people who are logic, it becomes a competition. But I earn more, no, I need to earn more, and it starts to become difficult in your relationship, whatever. 2 people who are the right side, indecisiveness. What do you want to eat? I don't know what you want to eat. What do you want to eat? I don't know, as an example, right?
I'm indecisive.
And then, so that's why I said you are left brain.
I'm indecisive,
it's
100%.
Clear, just by me talking to you, that which side of the brain you both are.
I'll have ideas and visions, and I say it to Chassa, she makes it happen.
And exactly. See what I mean? You're the left, you are the right, and that's why you have a complete brain, and that's why, ladies, it works.
Yeah, because I'm always like, I was saying to you before off camera, like, I love to ask more questions, but why? But what? And I'll ask you questions. No, but what do you want it to look like?
Yeah.
But how do you feel? But what do you actually feel about that or think about that? And then I'll be like, okay.
Like I was like, I said, like our last gala, I said to her, I don't know why, but I keep visioning our gala in like a greenhouse kind of glass kind of place. I keep having these visions that's where we're doing it. And she was like, okay. 2 weeks later, she called me. She's like, I think I found out where we're going to do our gala. I was like, really?
I found 2.
Yeah, you did. You found 2 places.
Tell the audience more about gala. What's the gala first?
The gala, so again, I had the first night we did our Circle of Trust, Women Who Thrive. We didn't even know where this was going. We had no idea. I turned around to a chasser and I said, I want to do an awards gala for women. I was
literally like, oh my God.
I don't know where it came from. I remember just sat at the sofa. We just finished what we'd done. We felt so good. And I was like, we're going to do an award ceremony. It's going to be something like the Grammys. And she was just like...
She literally said that and my heart...
I was like,
I think I just started getting a ridiculous amount of palpitations. I was like, okay.
And you've got to understand, Women Who Thrive is not where it is now. And it was like literally one event. We'd not spoken
so this was early on.
This is the first
after
night.
the first event in Sue's house, after it was so amazing, everyone loved it. We sat down and we started planning the next event. And she said, no, we're going to have to do a gala. We're doing a gala and it's going to be
see
like
that vision?
the Met
You see
Gala.
that vision?
And I said...
Yeah, respect. That's vision.
Yeah. She dreamt big. And a year later, we made it happen. On the same night that we did the first ever event, we did our first ever gala.
Yeah.
You know what's good about that? You had the vision, but you didn't just say it, you did it.
Yeah.
I'm people that I talk to, that I socialize with, doers.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of talkers. People
We are
who
definitely
talk.
doers.
We are definitely doers.
Like,
Yeah.
we do it. So with Women Who Thrive.
Wait. Before we move on, let's go into what the gala actually is.
Sorry. So the vision, I had the vision, said we were going to do it. The gala is something to recognise all women because I work hard and I've worked hard for 30 years and I don't see why I shouldn't be recognised and given my flowers in front of an audience, just like someone who does as an actress or an actor or a football player or someone who's famous. And I wanted to celebrate women who are working hard within their communities, no matter what they're doing, whether they're a stay-at-home mum, whether they are a lawyer, whether they are a teacher, whether they are a nurse, whether they're a marketing executive, whatever they're doing, women... And I'm not saying men don't, but obviously we are concentrating on women. And we do have one award for a man as well, who is, so we've, second year now, we've been recognising men who are helping women within the communities as well to grow their business and help them flourish. But the award gala is bringing the community together, recognising women who are doing something within their communities to help their communities and themselves. And saying, well done, we see you, we recognise you, keep going, don't give up, you're doing something. Helping them get the exposure that they deserve and saying, like, this amazing person, whether they win or not, every single woman who is a nominee at the Women Who Thrive Gala is a winner because someone has written into us, because that's how it works, we don't choose. We ask the community to tell us about these women. Someone has taken the time to write into us and say, please look at this person because they're doing something great. Please recognise this person because this is what they're doing for the community. This is what they're doing for themselves. So already the fact that you've had that, what's the word? You've had that recognition. You've made that impression on other people. You're a winner already. So we come together on one night. It's an excuse to get dressed.
This one is not come as you are.
Yeah, this one's not come as you are. This is get the glad rags out.
Making that effort.
Get your dress out. Go and get that dress that you've seen on the internet, whatever, and thought, where could I wear that? Go and get that dress. Book that hair appointment. Get your makeup done. Get your nails done. Get your girls together. Get your partner, because men can come to the gala as well, because they're here to celebrate women. Yeah. And obviously we've got the men's award now as well. It's like a full show. We've got singers, we've got comedians, we've got dance acts, so we've got things happening. We've got stalls before the gala starts to help give exposure to small businesses, and then we come together and we recognise the nominees, the winners.
That's great.
It's a night of celebration, but like I said, it's there to celebrate every woman. It happens on International Women's Day. It's perfect.
Which is also our birthday.
Our anniversary.
Well.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And it's really a time to come and just be like, you are a winner. and you are doing great, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, that's good. It's empowering women as well.
Yeah, and the beautiful
so
thing about our awards gala is that because we've given all of the nominees so much exposure beforehand, and because of the type of environment we've already cultivated through Women Who Thrive, everyone comes to support each other. And I mean, who doesn't want to win? But even those that don't win are happy to have been up there with the other women. They are proud that they're a part of it, and they're proud of the winner as well. They don't leave bitter. They leave feeling empowered regardless of if they won or not.
Yeah. It's a big thing because obviously, like, shout out to like Sarah, Tess. I always get messages. Yo, Pri, have a look at this. And so I'm reading, I'm thinking, I'm voting for you. Boom. Yeah. And so I love it. The way you lot are doing it, again, it's great. When is the next gala?
8th of March.
8th of March. Okay, cool. So I know to put it in the diary so I can make my speech for when I win the award, you know?
There you go. But that's what it's all about. And that's exactly what it's about. It's about putting yourself forward because, and this is what we say, when we start the campaign for the gala, we say to all our women within the community, it starts within you. You need to believe in you. And once you believe in you, that's when everyone will start believing in you.
Post it on your LinkedIn. Let your people know. Nominate me.
Yeah.
I've had an impact on your life. Nominate me. Recognize me.
100%. Now, well done, girls. That's really good. And it's admirable. It's admirable and a good vision to do that in the first place, because that's not easy to even do. You know, it's
it's grown every year. I'm so happy. Like the first one we did, we had under 100 people come.
Yeah.
And a lot of support.
The third one we did, we oversold.
Yeah,
over
more
250.
Yeah,
wow.
Without the help.
And this year just gone, it was during Ramadan, which was a very, very difficult period to do an event for so many different reasons. And we had a cap at 150, and we still went over that as well, which was crazy.
Yeah, no, fair play. Look,
thank you.
Applaud. And so, how did you know when Women Who Thrive went from just an idea to a movement?
I would say even after the first event, to be honest, because everyone was impacted positively. Everyone was like, this was needed. And we were like, literally that night, we need to plan the next one. I would say in terms of like a big movement, it was when we started to look at the bigger picture and look at all the Facebook groups that are out there and how the women are so lonely. Because like you said, we've gone from one event a month to now 9-10 events a month. So that's a humongous change, and that change came because we started with entrepreneurship and having a side hustle, and quickly pivoted into having a lot more events around different subjects because so many people were feeling lonely or needing that extra support. And then on top of that, we then looked into things like the 8 pillars of well-being, and we're like, right, we're going to use this as our North Star, as our compass to make sure we are providing everything that we need. And it's been extremely well received. At the end of the day, what we've created is basically a service. We listen to our community, we see what they want, and we provide it as much as we can. So it is about the women that attend the events. A lot of the women that attend our events now actually host a lot of our events as well. It's an ecosystem that we've built, really and truly.
That's good. So were there any kind of moments throughout this journey where you thought, you know what, let's pack this in?
Yes. every week. Every week. Oh my God. Yes. Don't get me wrong. I love what we do, and I will never pack it in. But is there, just like anything that you do, things get hard, you're tired, there's obstacles to overcome. It's not easy. Like, regardless of how much you love things, it's life, right? And we're passionate about it. But there's some things that do happen that come across, you're tired, life happens, and you're just like, I just want to be a girl.
Yeah. I would say we have a minimum of 10 important emails in our inbox right now that need seeing to.
Yeah.
Because, like, women, like a minimum of 10, that important ones.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much going on. And although we have the amazing Harley doing our marketing, there's still so many other pieces to the puzzle. Like what you see, and this is what you were saying about the iceberg earlier, you see the tip. There's so much happening below the surface, behind the scenes. We have amazing ambassadors that do support us, but again, we haven't even had enough time or energy or given the time to utilize all the support that we could have to the best of our capabilities, because there's so much going on. So do we want to pack it in all the time. But then we get a message from someone say, oh my gosh, look, I've just met up with these people that I met at your event the other day. Thank you so much. Oh, look, I've just met this person through you and now we have a great collaboration. And
so many women saying their Dubai journey wouldn't be what it was because if they hadn't come into Women Who Thrive. The friendships they've made, the connections they've made, the way they've found themselves. I had someone yesterday tell me that they found themselves and have understood who they are more because of coming to our events and speaking to different people and mixing with different people. And that's what keeps us going. And you hear that and you're like,
okay, I'll do the Excel sheet.
Yeah, literally. And it keeps you going. So
tell the audience how hard business is.
It's hard. Very hard.
I say, who said to be an entrepreneur?
And I think this is what it is. I think when I was in my 20s and when I was in my early 30s, the pressure, and I'm going to say pressure, to own your own business, to own your own house, to be this top dog, as they kind of call it now, or to be this thing there was no emphasis on it.
Correct.
Like when I grew up, you were taught to learn your books and start working at a company. It's fine if you start at the bottom, work your way up and get to a level where you make money and you can take care of your family. And that was that. You didn't have this whole pressure.
Times have changed.
And now it's like, I feel on social media and everywhere you go, it's the thing where there's such pressure that if you're not an entrepreneur and if you don't own a business, that you've not made it.
And you're not making a certain amount of money. There's this mad misconception that everybody
100%.
should make £10,000 a month. I'm thinking, in what land and planet do you not live on? Yeah. When was it ever not all right to earn a normal wage or et cetera, et cetera? Yes, cost of living goes up and there is more options to earn nowadays as well. But I think social media has skewed, especially the younger generation's mindset into thinking you got to be like this and you got to be like that. And then you look at the massive decline in childbirths, the massive decline in sex, in relationships, and then so the reproductive system, the whole universe, how is it meant to continue if everyone's now focused on money and career, focused on money, got to get to that 10,000 a month? I think it's crazy how times have changed.
I think the focus on money has kind of always, to a certain degree, been there as well. But I do think the pressure of how you get that money and who you are and your status as a person, there's pressure on that. You have to have a status. And that's quite horrible to me. It's like, just because, and that's why I think the gala is something that I really enjoy and do, because it shows that it doesn't matter what you're doing, you will be recognised. Whereas now I feel like, I think there's a chap that introduced me to entrepreneur. Is that right?
Entrepreneur, yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. Because the entrepreneurship is glamorized on social media, and this is where all this status is coming from, and having the cars and the watches and whatever, because it's all over the internet. And who doesn't want nice shiny things? Like, let's be honest. And if it's in your face all the time because that's how you've chosen to have your social media, of course it's going to make you want it and desire it. And also, I would say more people nowadays, but still not enough people, are talking about the graft it takes to actually earn that money. It doesn't just happen overnight. When we're talking to some of these youngsters, like someone came to us to do some, not freelance, what is it, internship. And when we said to her, what is it that you actually want to do? I don't know. Okay, well, you don't have to have your life figured out, but like, have some kind of level of drive. Like, you're still young, you have energy. Like, we're offering you on a plate. What within Women Who Thrive would you like to do to gain some experience? You don't know. You don't have any idea. You haven't thought about it. Like, come on, have a think. Do you know what I mean? So entrepreneurship, I feel, I wish I knew about this before I started entrepreneurship, is where you have that safety of being within a company and working on your passion. Because entrepreneurship, you think, oh yes, it's going to be sick, I'm going to work on my passion and earn loads of money. Yes, but then the percentage of the amount of time you spend on your actual passion compared to the percentage of time you spend on all this other bullshit that you had no idea you would have to do, it's not leveling out. So you have to really love that passionate side. But being an entrepreneur means that you can have your passion, you can build it up within a company where you don't have to worry about the other bullshit, because you have that safety, you have that salary, you don't have to worry about your visa or what visas you should get or what type of license or where you get the health insurance because it's just given to you, and it gives you that ability to focus on whatever it is that you love to focus on. So I really do believe entrepreneurship should be glamorized, because that is actually the glamour, whereas entrepreneurship is messy.
We're going to come back to safety blanket in a minute, because you just mentioned that, and so it's a topic I want to touch on. But in terms of business, so statistically, 8 out of 10 businesses fail. And they fail within the first year. Out of the 2 businesses, 1 goes past 3 years. So well done, ladies.
Thank you.
High five.
High five.
We high five a lot now because we celebrate our wins.
High five, high five.
High five. We have had, this isn't our first business. This is, I don't know, I've lost count of how many businesses we've tried to launch and we've tried to do. And surprisingly, the other ones we sat down and kind of planned, and we're like, we're going to do this, like our events company, our travel company. Like, we sat down and we actually talked about it and planned it and did this and that, the other. Whereas with Women Who Thrive, again, like I said, we never sat down and planned and said we're going to do a women's community. We did it for 2 years as a side hustle for fun, until we kind of recognized, like, oh, okay, this is kind of turning into like a business. Like, we've got something here.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, we're 4 years in, and it's the one that we didn't plan as a business. It's the one that kind of just happened. But yeah, like you said, a lot of businesses fail and don't happen for various reasons.
Yes. So there's always going to be a number of reasons as to why business doesn't work. But here you are. Yeah, here you are. So well done, ladies.
Thanks.
And so do you think your community, how would they describe your leadership?
Fantastic, amazing, the best, the greatest.
The goat, greatest of all time.
Go.
I would say we lead by example. It's not do as I say, not as I do. It is, we're already doing it. You know, like Sue said before, we're very honest. If we're having a bad day, we're having a bad day, and we're here and with open arms to all humans all the time. We will hear you out. We will support you to the best of our ability. We have people that DM us we've never met before asking for support. We will help them as within our means, of course, but as much as we can. We connect people all the time. So in terms of our leadership, I wouldn't even say that we're up here leading. We are immersed in the community. It just so happens that we built the community.
So give me one word that they would use to describe you. One word.
As a leader or as a person?
As a person.
Funny. I'm hilarious.
So?
There's so many words in my head, but just amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Listen, you've got to blow your own trumpet.
Yeah.
If you don't, who else is gonna?
No, but that is what I hear all the time.
On.
Like, the amount of times, like, and again, I am like, it's the truth, it's factual. The amount of times, and this is what keeps us going, so please keep saying it, but the amount of times they just come, they're like, you guys are just amazing. That, like, the amount of times I hear that, I've lost count, and that is what keeps us going. So yeah.
Everyone's always like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you can keep going. Like, how do you do this and balance a job? And we're like, we don't know how.
Yeah.
We just keep doing it.
So of course, so to tell the audience, it's not just Women Who Thrive. You girls are women who do much more than just Women Who Thrive, right?
Yes.
So how do you juggle, I guess, the
Passion.
life, the work-life balance, everything that's associated with what you do? How do you juggle it? Because obviously there's going to be women who are watching this and they're going to be like, you know what? I'm in something similar. I've got 10 spinning plates. A couple of them are about to fall. A couple of them already fallen. Yeah. How do I push through?
The first word that comes to mind for me is sacrifice. And although it seems like a bit cutthroat, it is what it is. Like, sometimes I'm sat with my friends and I can't talk about the TV show that everyone else has watched because I haven't had time or headspace or whatever it might be. Or like, you got me to do this activity earlier where I put, like, out of 10 how I'm feeling towards a lot of different areas of my life.
Wheel of life.
The wheel of life, yeah. Where I put, like, family and friends were a lot lower than I would like. And that's not because I think my relationships are bad with them. It's because I don't give them enough time, or as much time as what I'd want to be able to give them, because when I do have a bit of time, I need to rest. I'm tired. And I don't want to go and see with that friend, even if I do have a couple of hours spare sometimes, because I need to rejuvenate myself, and I can't give them what I would usually give them. And although, like, of course, some people will be understanding and all of that kind of thing, I just don't want to. I need some time to just be, you know. So sacrificing different areas, different elements of your life to be able to focus on whatever it is that you want to focus on. And not just time, it's also money. I want to buy new trainers sometimes, but I have to pay a marketing person to edit stuff that I don't want to edit.
We're going to come to money.
But it's both of those things, you know, like the time, the money, the fact that you have to maybe learn something new. All of these things come into play when you're building something.
Of course.
And I think people just don't think about that. They're like, oh, I don't want to spend money on this because I want to go to brunch. I was like, okay, well, how badly do you want those samples then?
Well, I'll give you an analogy, right? So when I'm talking to individuals and I'm describing and explaining what PFX do, this is what we offer, this is what we have, blah, blah, blah. And then I always say, cool, so how many of you guys are going to go out and buy the new iPhone? How many of you guys are going to spend thousands on a trip to Dubai? Yeah. But you don't want to get involved in something that's going to enable you to buy more of that, right? So now let's talk about security blanket. Why are there not more women in financial markets? Why is it a male-dominated space? What is the barrier? Now, let me put a little bit of context to this, right? So there was a time in my company where all of my employees were women. Yeah, oh, wow. All of them. Yeah, they were women. And so how I even got to that was I was actually sitting on the beach in Maldives. And this is where I was going to scale my business to a different level, but I needed a different type of vision. And so I had made a list of the women in my life who I thought could help with that vision. And the women, so I wrote them down on a piece of paper, pros and cons of each woman. I ended up getting all of them. I just poached them all. Yeah, took them all. Yeah, and it was great. It was really, really good. And then we made a decision that we're going to do a few webinars and workshops for women only. Yeah, because we want to try and empower more women to get involved in financial markets. Why would you not want financial stability in your life? Why would you only rely on your husband? Why would you not want to have that security blanket of finance behind you? God forbid anything were to happen, right? And then so we did 3 in total of these, and I'll give you some feedback because I would just jump on for 2 minutes just to introduce myself, etc., etc. Then I'd back off, and then the women would just crack on running the workshop. It was really hard and challenging to listen back and watch these webinars and workshops back because it was full of excuses, full of barriers, and I think that a lot of women used it as a venting opportunity about their partners and et cetera, and it was a total opposite of what I expected or wanted to happen. And obviously my girls tried to rein it in as much as they could, but you know, sometimes the conversation can go in a totally different direction. So what are the barriers and why are there not more women giving this a go?
When you're talking about the financial market, are you talking in terms of the financial markets within the corporate industry, so in finance and banking, or are you talking about in terms of becoming traders?
Everywhere.
So as a woman who works in finance, you know, breaking, and we are doing it, women breaking into the financial market, we have evolved and we have come very, very far. It has been a male, strong, dominant
100%
for thousands of years.
Absolutely.
It's not going to happen overnight. And we have made a lot of progress with women taking more reign. But unfortunately, our mindset as humans in terms of the woman's function within family, within how that fits in, hasn't really caught up with what the times. So women are still, if you haven't had a kid by the age of 30 to 35, you're kind of look like, what's wrong with you? That's still kind of a thing. It's looked like, okay, why haven't you had a kid? Why are you not married? It's looked at like, are you okay? That plays into how corporate world looks at women as well, in terms of, are you willing, like Achasa said, to make the sacrifice as a woman who's meant to be a mother, who's meant to be at home? Are you willing to make the sacrifice to work the hours? Because men do. Men can come in from 9 till 3 o'clock in the morning. Because let's face it, within finance, sometimes you are there working till late hours. And women are pushed back and overlooked for the simple reason of, even if they say they're willing to make the sacrifice, they're not always believed. So you get asked, have you had kids? How old are your kids? What are your kids doing? I've worked for a woman who works within the financial, she's my boss, and she has paved the way and made the sacrifices, but she had to prove very, very hard to a lot of men that she deserved that seat at the table and that she was willing to sacrifice missing certain school things and certain things with her children to earn that seat. Men don't have to do that. Men don't have to prove that. Men have to prove that they have the brains and the skills. That's what they're judged on. They're judged, can you do the job? Are you willing to job? Have you got the tenacity? Have you got the mindset? Whatever. And that's all they're judged on. Women come with a lot more. Have you got the skills? Have you got the tenacity? But also, are you willing to take the sacrifice of the family? Are you willing to put your all in it as a woman and turn up every single time regardless? And are you here for the long run? Or if you get married? I remember I've been like, you get asked these kind of questions like, oh, are you thinking of getting married soon or whatever? Because then it's like, oh, if she gets married, is she going to be in the long run or is she not going to be in the long run? That still hasn't changed. And the fact that women have to work harder to get that seat at the table within a financial industry because of what women's roles in society are meant to play. Some women have got it to keep making the sacrifices, which isn't easy, and keep proving themselves. And some women are like, why do I have to keep proving myself? This is too much. And then they take a seat back. And for me, that's what I've seen, and that's what I think is the barrier. I think the barrier needs to, let's stop asking women those questions of the family side of thing. If a woman has worked hard to earn her seat at the table because she is skilled just like that man is, if she's got more balls than that man, she deserves a seat at that table.
Jesus Christ, I feel like you're telling me off here. Jesus Christ, and
well, you're giving women jobs in the financial world, so you're okay.
Yeah. I know, because look, I'm trying my best here. But guys, we need to stop firefighting this. Yeah? So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something, right? We're gonna do something. So we're gonna wrap up now, but we're gonna now continue this conversation again, but following on from this, because now we're gonna get into some real serious topics. And let's really debunk all of these myths about finance. Women in finance, why are there not more women investors? Why are women not giving trading a try? And what things to look out for. So we're going to get into this nitty gritty, and then we're going to talk about more about security blankets and why it's important for women to have security blankets, not rely on sole incomes or rely on any other things as well. And so, yes. And so before we go, and come back, going to come back again. Another point is ask me something. Ask me something. Anything you want. We've got a minute.
I would say, just off the back of what we were just talking about, because what made you sit back and think, oh, what women can help me with my business, rather than what people?
Because I'm a man and I think like a man. I've been around men who think like men. But for me to take the business in a different direction, I need a different type of thought process, different type of logic. So, and these women are great at what they do, right? And so I thought, okay, cool. If I can merge these women, I can create a bit of a super team, and they can also teach me. Even as a CEO, I also want to learn. So I would like to learn from these women as well. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to build a powerhouse involving women.
Nice. Love that.
Second question, what do you think is the barrier? Same question you just asked us a minute ago. What do you think is the barrier for women at the moment within the working as a trader? What do you see?
You know, the biggest barrier is themselves.
Okay.
The biggest barrier is themselves. Believe in your damn self. You can do it because you are better. You are better traders. You know why? You're more calculated. You don't like to take risks. Look, men, okay, you make a loss, cool. Yeah, it is what it is. Women take it a little bit more personal. So they're more calculated. All right. So we're gonna talk about this more. I love this. But anyway, ladies, listen. Thank you for coming onto this part 1 of Memoirs of a Trader. We just turned it into a 2-part series. But thank you for coming.
Thank you for
I
having
appreciate
us.
you both. No, absolutely my pleasure. And then guys, leave your feedback and comments on how you thought this was. Thank you for joining. Hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.
Done.
Cool.
Fantastic.
That's it. Class.
Thank you.
Thank you.